What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we're going to be doing another car battle, this time with the mid-size sedan segment. And thank you guys so much for the support on the last video. I really do appreciate it. All the new subscribers and everything, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Brays Place channel, and I hope you enjoy all the new content. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right into this video. Alright, so first we're going to be taking a look at the Toyota Camry. This is, of course, limited. All the trims in this game are going to be limited, like the SUV video I did. As you can see, this is the limited trim. You don't have the hybrid badge with this trim. It's not the hybrid Camry. It's very sleek, though, and I really do quite like the silver slim and trim trims on the mirrors. And I do quite like the design of the Camry. It's very sleek looking. These past few years, this is the 2021 refresh, of course. It looks very, very sleek looking in this silver, and it doesn't have like those like little black parts. It's just kind of more like a sleek kind of design for the almost kind of like limited, not really limited XSE, but you know what I mean. And then you have your gloss black roof all the way back, which is nice, and a panoramic sunroof. So without further ado, let's head in the vehicle. Here is your startup on the Camry. Chart signals on the back and the front, headlights, taillights, and your horn. Alright, let's take the Camry on a spin. So pulling out of the parking lot, I quite like how it handles, and this is not the hybrid, so you're not going to get like a super high start off, but it's quite nice. And the silver is really making this top end XSE trim look very fancy, and I'm quite liking the blacked out roof as well on this. And the Camry has always had a nice design, especially this generation of it is really nice with like the little bit of a refresh on it as well. Here's your top speed for the Camry at 134, and here's your braking. Braking is actually pretty good on the Camry. On to the next vehicle. Alright, see, now I had to put the Accord and Camry up against each other. It's just common courtesy, right? Like, they're just like hitting heads all the time in the segment. Like, they're the top main two competitors in my opinion. Both of them look very nice. And I got the Accord in this beautiful red. This is the touring trim, of course. Very slim LED turn signals on the front, and I do quite like the wheel design on this. It's different, but it's very unique. You know what I mean? And it's not the refresh sound with like the new area down here, but it still looks very nice, of course. And you do have full body color, of course, because this is the touring trim, and you do have like this design cue here that came to the Civic in the new 2022 generation Civic, and you do have those lobster claw taillights like the Forester in the last video that I did for the top best compact SUV, but I quite like them on this vehicle too. I mean, it's basically an opinion thing, but I quite like them. We'll go ahead and hop in the Accord and hear the beautiful startup. Chart signals on the back, of course, as well as the front. Very slim. Here are your headlights on the front of the vehicle, as well as your running lights on the back of the vehicle. And here is your horn for the Honda Accord. Alright, let's go for a drive. And one of the things that I have to say about the Honda Accord is it's my favorite mid-size sedan. I've just always loved the design. This design has stayed very well with time and has held up to the competitors very well, getting great reliability, great looks, great design. There's not much you can really go wrong with. And I just hit a pole, so you could kind of ignore that right now. Yeah, we're just kind of talking about car talk right now, or not really hitting poles, you know. Yeah. Alright, so you're going to hit top support of 124 in this, so a little bit less than the Camry. And the braking does match up with the Camry pretty well too as well on the Accord. Alright, so I'm actually taking a look at the Subaru Legacy. Now, I don't really see that many people covering the Legacy. They're really focusing on, you know, like the Honda Accord, the Toyota Camry, the CX5 is really heating up, as well as the Sonata these days. I don't really see that many people talking about the Legacy, but it really is a beautiful car, honestly. This definitely has lots of chrome, so if somebody's into chrome, this is your car. Unique wheel choice though. I do quite like the wheels. Definitely screams off-road in the back for sure. Although I do find the back is a little bit plain compared to some of the ones in this segment, especially with the plastic. But the chrome does kind of make up for it. We'll hop in. Here's your startup. Turn signals on the back and the front, of course. Here are your lights on the front, as well as on the back, running lights on the back. And here's your horn for the Subaru Legacy. Alright, so just pulling out of the parking lot with the Legacy. The Legacy is a nice sedan, I do have to say. And with the recent updates recently to the design, it does bring it up. But Subaru doesn't like to do like too crazy bold designs. So if you're somebody who doesn't really like change, this would also be a nice vehicle because they don't really change like too much boldness with their vehicles. It's similar to last generation. So I feel like this is a great car for somebody that likes simplicity and just basically wants a simple car that's nice and reliable to get them from A to B. And your top speed is going to be 134 with a braking test that's actually quite good on the Legacy. Alright, so let's take a look at the Mazda CX5 Signature. Now, I love this car. It's really nice. And they've done a really good job at the grille. It looks so realistic and shiny looking. And this that used to have 3D headlights, it does not anymore. They're like picture beams, which I did not realize until I actually just spun this card. It must have been done recently. They still look very nice. I'm guessing there was a lot of black in the 3D headlights. Maybe that's why they didn't do it. But you have your signature wheels here, of course. Very big wheels on this car. And I have it in like the deep crystal blue. Now, the Mazda 6 design is getting a little bit dated compared to some of the vehicles in this segment. But it's holding its own. Like, it's still doing well, but I feel like it's time for a redesign for the Mazda 6. Mazda needs to get on that. And don't get me wrong, it's beautiful design, but I think we need to get on redesign soon, if you know what I mean, which I'm sure you do. Anyway, we're gonna hop in. Here's your startup for the Mazda 6. Signals on the back, of course, as well as the front of the vehicle. Your running lights for the Mazda 6, as well as headlights on the front. And, of course, your horn. Alright, so taking off with the Mazda 6, like I said earlier, the design is getting a little bit dated, but it is simplistic overall, and it's a Mazda. You're getting great quality, great reliability. That's what I was saying, it's a great package overall for the Mazda 6, so if you're looking for a great sedan, this is definitely one to add to your list. We're gonna top out at 138, which is actually quite good. And here's your braking for the Mazda 6. It took a little bit longer than the first two, but not that bad, you know. Alright, so next taking a look at the Ultima. Now, I've always liked the Ultima. The design is very nice on the Ultima. Nissan styling has been doing very well the past few years for their sedans. And I do quite like the wheel design on this. It's very, very, like, I find it like almost like kind of bold and striking. It's very cool. And you do have like quite the strong body lines on the side of this car, as you can see. And I do like how the trim just like kicks up like halfway up. And I love Nissan's floating roof designs recently on all their cars, like the Maxima, the Versa, the Sentra, and the Ultima got it first, of course. And I do quite like the back design, but I think I prefer the side the best. The side is really nice looking on the Ultima. Without further ado, let's hop in the Ultima and see how the startup sounds on the Ultima. Here are your turn signals on the back, as well as the front of the vehicle. They're down below. Your headlights in the front and running lights in the back of the vehicle. And here's your horn. Alright, so heading out in the Ultima, I'm really loving this orange color. And what I find with the Ultima, when I think of design, I feel like it's bold, but it's also kind of safe and simplistic at the same time. I feel like it's a medium in like those two design languages. I just feel like it's like a medium. Like, it's not too far. Like, they didn't want to go too far. They didn't want to go like too little, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that really shows with like their floating roof designs, but also very like simplistic, like rear end. All right, so braking in the Ultima right now. I find the braking on this pretty good, similar to the Mazda 6, I would say. All right, so next we're looking at, I mean, probably my favorite design after the Accord. This car, they've done a really good job, and it looks so sporty, and like, I don't know how to explain it. Every time I see one on the road, I just love them. I mean, I'm not a huge Kia fan. I mean, I do like Kia, but I'm like a huge Kia fan. But this one, like, it really made me a Kia fan. Like, this car, it just looks so, like, I just can't even explain it, guys, honestly. It's just a great contender for somebody that wants lots of styling and kind of like a fun driving experience, you know what I mean? And it has like little trunklet spoiler as well. So we'll go ahead and hop in. Here is your rear signals as well as your front signals. Your headlights on the front as well as the back. I really like the running lights. They're so glow, like those like little lines. And your horn. Here's your startup as we drive away with the Kia K5. Now this is the GT trim, so of course the top trim, and I do quite like the full, it almost like full looks like glass roof, but of course there's like a couple like gloss black panels on it, of course. But I feel like overall for the package you're getting, it's great value. So I feel like the Kia K5, if you want something that's bold, it's gonna stand out against the crowd, it's the one for you. And you're gonna hit the highest top speed yet at 147. So it's also a fast car as well, which is nice. And here's your braking. It takes a little bit longer, but you do get higher top speeds. Alright, so the last vehicle in the battle today is the Hyundai Sonata Hybrid Limited. So I do really like the design of the Sonata. I've always been a fan of it. I mean, now with the new redesigns of the K5 and the Sonata, I am liking the K5 a little bit more. But because this is the hybrid, you get a little bit smaller wheels. But I've always liked, like, how the silver comes into the LEDs on the front. And the back on this car is nice, but I just don't like how, like, when the Greenville devs made it, they took, like, a picture, it looks like from the sunlight, or, like, where the light was shining on the taillights. It looks kind of, like, white there almost. So it just kind of deters me from driving this car in the game. Let me know what you guys think down below if it would deter you. I know some things bug me more than they do other people, so just let me know if that bugs you. It really bugs me, so I just don't drive the car. But yeah, overall, other than that, it's a great looking vehicle. Here's your startup for the Sonata. Turn signals for the back of the vehicle, as well as the front of the Sonata. Very slim. You're going to have your headlights for the front of the Sonata, as well as your running lights for the back. And here's your horn. Let's go for a drive in the Sonata. Here we go. It does have a quick start off because it is a hybrid, but I'm quite liking this. It's almost like a dark blue. My favorite version of the Sonata is probably the N-Line. That's what I get mine in, but I'm just doing the limited to be fair for the comparison. But overall, the design, I feel like they went a little bit more safe with the Sonata. Like for the for Kia brand, they went all out sporty, but this they kind of went sophisticated but like sporty at the same time because the back is quite sporty, and the front is too, but like the side is a little bit more like sophisticated of a design, if you know what I mean. Alright, so with the Sonata, you're going to have a top speed of 134. Here's your braking test for the Sonata. I'd say it's quite similar to the Kia K5 when you compare them, but not bad overall. And without further ado, that's the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for the support on the recent upload that I did for my first car battle. Thank you so much for the support and all the new subscribers for subscribing. I got new content on the way, working very hard behind the scenes. I know you can't see, but I'm working very hard behind the scenes for you guys to push out more content so you can enjoy watching the Brays Place channel. Without further ado, it's been Brays Place, and peace out.